All right, man. All right. We here. We are here with another episode of Rig NFL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. This is the Week 13 recap. Man, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Got to see their family, all that good stuff. So this past weekend, we had Detroit finally winning a Thanksgiving game. They ended up beating the Chicago Bears. The Bears tried to make it interesting late in the game. It was a little too late. There was a lot of bad clock management late. They let, I don't know how many, felt like 30 seconds off the clock. Realistically, probably like 25. They had one last play, and Caleb Williams ended up throwing an incomplete pass, and that's how they sold, and the Lions ended up winning. All the home teams won on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Actually, if you want to go a bit farther. But yeah, the Lions, they ended up winning. And like I said, it might have been in the Discord. As long as the Lions win, the Vikings have to win too. And the Packers, because they have to keep that division race close. Because the way I see it, it's going to be, what's good, Adrian Settles? The way I see it, it's going to be a situation where the Lions end up beating the Vikings. Vikings beat the Packers. Packers on Thursday Night Football could possibly beat the Lions. He's making like a three-way tie in that aspect. Obviously, different records. So that's what I see with the NFC North, how it's shaping up. Yeah, I've been saying this for probably 2 years now. Matt Eberflus should have been fired a long time ago. He should have been fired 2 years ago. But they fired him on Black Friday, which is crazy. His Black Friday got a new meaning. He got a nice payout, though. He'll be all right. And, yeah, Cowboys beat the Giants. The Giants suck. There's not much to talk about there. Michael Parsons after the game talking about, man, we finna make a playoff run. This team ain't over with. Like, y'all are 5-7 with Cooper Rush at quarterback. Y'all ain't finna do shit. Shut up. Go back to your podcast. Packers, like I said, they beat the Dolphins. Everybody know the Dolphins don't do shit in the cold weather. Tua surprisingly had a good game. But again, cold weather plus Dolphins equals a loss every single time. And they got two more cold weather games on the schedule this year. They got the Browns and the Jets. You would think the Jets would be a gimme. But, like I said, cold weather plus Dolphins equals a loss. Then we had KC. We know how this goes with Kansas City. Yet again, the Kansas City Chiefs ended up getting another beneficial call or what's the word I'm looking for? Sequence of events to go their way. Yet again. And it's to the point everybody knows it now. I think Taylor Swift was at the game. They made the point to announce that. But yeah, this is where we're at with this shit. Everybody knows it's rigged for the Chiefs to win this game or that game now. And you got people who are finally annoyed of the Chiefs dynasty. Same way people got tired of the Patriots dynasty. We're finally seeing that with the Kansas City Chiefs. What's good, KT? So, yeah. Like I said, there's not really much to say about KC. They're going to lose a couple more games. They got to keep LA, the Chargers that is, and Denver in the hunt a little bit. They're not going to win the division, obviously, but keep them within that, the wild card race and all that shit. The Jags, they almost stole them from Houston. They failed to do so because they're the Jags and they suck. But Trevor Lawrence, he got concussed. He slid late. They always say it's a dirty hit. The motherfucker slid late. And Al Shahir, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Al Shahir, whatever it is. Sounds like the Saudi Arabia news station. He was ejected, and he later issued an apology on Instagram, which is weird when niggas type notes and shit and post it as an apology. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But, yeah, the Texans ended up getting the win, but they look super fucking vulnerable. And what I'm thinking with the Texans is they might end up like the Jags and the Titans when they went 8-3 and ended up, finding a way to lose that division. I wouldn't be surprised. They could go with the sophomore slump that CJ is having right now. And Indy's been winning. They win ugly as hell, but they've been winning with Anthony Richardson at quarterback since he got benched and came back. Similar to how Bryce Young was. So I expect Indy to go on a little run. Houston, they're gonna stumble a little bit in these later games. Hold on 1 second. Oh no! Wait. think that'll get it. All right, there we go. The shock the Philly got their first in Baltimore in 20 years, 2004, which ironically gave Lamar his second loss to an NFC team, which ironically, it was another NFC East team, which we know was the Giants, which they finna get their ass destroyed by the Ravens this coming Sunday. Or maybe they got a bye, then the Giants finna lose. Either way, the Giants suck and they finna get their ass beat. But yeah, Kirk Cousins. 4 picks, man. 4 picks, a pick 6 that would give the Chargers the lead. Chargers end up winning. And Kirk Cousins throwing the sea of Chargers players. He's thrown 6 interceptions, no touchdowns in the last 3 games. People are saying that Michael Penix Jr. should be starting. I know it's Kirk Cousins, and you really want to, pull the trigger and go with Michael Penix. But like I said, I wouldn't rush it. I would not rush it. I would weather the storm for now. If it got even more out of hand, like the next game he threw like 3 interceptions in the first half, I'd be like, all right, man, yeah, we might have to sit, dude. But yeah, this is the reality of having Kirk Cousins as a quarterback. At times he gonna look great. He looked great when he had 500-some yards passing, but he looks like shit when he's throwing 3-4 picks in a game. So never, ever, 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 ever put your whole stock into Kirk Cousins, man. He will fuck around and end up fucking you like an Alabama cousin. So, yeah, he probably banned from all strip clubs. The Commies, they clapped the Titans. Ain't much to say there. The Titans suck. Commies have 42 points. Y'all know about that number. The Vikings, they win another nail-biter against the Arizona Cardinals. And it's going to factor into the playoff, tiebreakers and all that shit later on in the season. Just watch. Same applies for any of these little losses you might not think about at the time that they occur for AFC teams and certain teams. That shit gonna factor in the last 2 weeks of the season. What's up, Des Dixon? What's up with you, man? So you knew Philly was gonna take that? Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So they want us to believe in Sam Darnold so bad. Ginger Jesus, man. Sam, this is what happens when the quarterback ends up in a good situation. That's what the fuck we're seeing. We've been so accustomed to seeing Sam Darnold in that we forgot what it was like for him to be in a good situation. Actually, he was never really in a good situation. I guess if you count the Niners as a backup, but as a starter, we've never seen Sam Darnold in a good situation to really even say. So I really have a better barometer of what he can do. He's been Carolina, man. Like the Rams when they were bad. Like this is what happens. Like I said, this is what happens when you get them on a good team. Because niggas are too quick to give up on quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins got turnovers and slow mechanics. Very slow mechanics. So that walk in your trap, take over your trap, backfiring on Kirk. Yeah, as it should, because someone clearly didn't listen to the song when he was saying that shit. He just heard one of his friends say it. So you should have listened to that shit, goddammit. Goddamn RP Bankroll. Colts beat the Patriots, like I mentioned before. Anthony Richardson. When they do win, they end up playing ugly as hell. They have some of the ugliest wins. They're not pretty at all. They try to do the Cam Newton approach with Anthony Richardson because he's bigger, but it ain't the same. He still got to improve on his passing. But they went in, and you know what? The good news for the Patriots, even though their record is abysmal, they finally found a quarterback. They got their boy Drake May. They should be fine. They can build on that for the future. Steelers, they ended up in a shootout with the Bengals, man. That's something I never thought I would hear or see in my life. I'm always used to seeing like close, low-scoring games with Steelers and Bengals. Really a lot of AFC North matchups, low-scoring. But no, this had all the points. Joe Burrow throwing all these touchdowns, all these yards. Still losing. At this point, it's really the Steelers' division to lose unless, Baltimore gets hot and the Steelers drop a couple games, which I think they will soon. Especially I'm looking at that Kansas City game. That's going to be a real interesting matchup for them. George Pickens, still a menace out there, getting flagged for, gun gestures and shit. And the Steelers love having these problem receivers, whether it be Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, Juju, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. I guess Mike Tomlin think he can tame these young niggas. I don't know. I guess history shows it ain't really the truth. But hey, I guess that's what he thinks. I don't know. Let's talk about the nigga Justin Tucker missing field goals. We'll get to that in a second. Seahawks beat the Jets. Big shock. The Jets fucking suck. Been telling y'all this shit all year. They started off hot, though. They was up, 21-0. And everything really changed after that Leonard Williams pick six. That was really when everything just, okay, these motherfuckers ain't finna have a little walk in the park. Because that put it 21-14. And it's crazy because the Jets even had a 99-yard kickoff return. You would think, yeah, that's a good sign. The Jets gonna win. No, nigga, Jets suck. They done got rid of damn near everything in their front office. Rams beat the Saints. I ain't really got to talk about that much. The Bucks and the Panthers in an overtime thriller. Tampa Bay ended up winning. And I don't know. I had a weird feeling the Panthers might have upset going into Sunday. I was like, shit. The Bucks might fuck around and lose this shit, but nah, they got to keep them close to Atlanta because Atlanta has the loss. Tampa got the win, and it was a divisional win, mind you. Atlanta still holds the tiebreaker, but now it made that NFC South division very interesting. The history is on the Ravens side when they go to the playoffs as a wild card team, but we'll see. Yeah, I ain't winning that fucking division, I can tell you that. But hey, Adam Thielen had a one-handed grip gloves catch in overtime. I was like, hold up. Like, near the sideline, and she reached out there. I was like, interesting. Hey, I'll give him this props for what it is. And Bryce Young is definitely the Panthers franchise quarterback. A lot of people wanted to count him out, say that he's a bust, even though he had 1 year and had 3 head coaches in that year. He's too short to look over the offensive line. Well, clearly, if he's standing in the pocket and making these deep ball throws, that's not the case. And, yeah, he just needed to, sit down, recollect a little bit. And he's, like, playing with confidence now. He's actually happy. He don't look like that sad sack little-ass kid from before when he was getting destroyed every single game. Are they winning? No, their defense can't stop shit. But he's playing a lot better. So I expect if the Panthers don't fuck up in free agency and all that and make some moves defensively, focus on that defense, they're going to be much more improved next year. Now to the game, the Eagles, the Ravens. Off rip, Justin Tucker. He has accumulated a miss total point-wise of 22 points, and that is how many points the Ravens have lost by in their 5 losses combined. I made a post about it on TikTok, Instagram, whatever else, which that is below at Lobo underscore Snap Guide. Follow me on all that. But yeah, man, point shaving. Some of them, that man is flat out missing. Others, like when it's hitting straight off the fucking crossbar, the upright, you get that loudest thump, that's a motherfucking magnet. But yeah, he's having the worst season of his career. I don't know if he'll be better if the Ravens keep him next year, if it's just a down year and he gets better. I'd love to see that, but we saw this with Vinatieri. We saw it when he was with the Colts the last couple of years. He had the gray looking like Mr. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy. He was missing extra points and everything. Just like how Justin Tucker is point shaving and showing his age at the same time. Lamar Jackson didn't run as much as he should have. He was hesitant even when he did. Like, he would still act like he's trying to throw the ball, find a receiver when he's inches away from the line of scrimmage. And there's a clear 10 yards, and if you run at least 5 of them bitches, that's a first down. That's a sign the Ravens going to lose when he's passive about running, which is super ironic. Another thing, they missed an early touchdown pass to Mark Andrews in the first half. It was a 3rd and 9. Had they have scored that might have made a difference in the game. Point shaving, like I said. They couldn't stop Saquon Barkley. That's another thing. Saquon has been a huge game changer for the Eagles. And it remains to be seen in the playoffs, though, for the Eagles. I'm going to just say that for now. Lamar was under pressure by Philly a good amount of the game. He took some unnecessary sacks. And Nelson Aguilar had a deep ball catch that really would have put them in scoring position late in the game, but he just decided, I want to drop this motherfucker. He had it in the basket and everything. Last second, drops it. 53-yard attempt by Justin Tucker. Guess what? Miss. You know what's crazy, though? Like, Justin Tucker I used to be like so sure he was gonna make a field goal. Never even had to worry about the shit. Now it's to the point I'm really like every time he's about to kick an extra point of field goal, I'm like, is this nigga finna miss right now? Like he's like, don't fuck it up, Justin. Like, come on. That's really what I'm thinking. So yeah, hopefully this is just a 1 year thing. But in the playoffs, if there's a situation where the Ravens have to kick a field goal to win, tie, or shit, even keep a lead that won't be exceeded by a touchdown, an extra point, Tucker's miss is gonna come back and haunt their ass. I promise you that. He ain't gonna magically just get the shit together. He's not. Let's see. They had a garbage time touchdown. The Ravens did. Lamar had a very long run. It was the most casual long run I've ever seen. It was like some Madden shit. Scored a touchdown, but it was too late. 3 seconds left, didn't matter. Man, the Niners, they got smacked in the snow, which we all should have expected. Come from the West Coast, come to Buffalo with all them super drunk Buffalo fans. They've had all day to drink and it's snowing, so they more motivated to stay warm. Shit, it was ugly. C-Mac, he on IR now. He left the game in the second quarter. And like I said, the Niners are cooked. Every time, like every week, it's a new key injury for them. Wide receiver, tackler, D-lineman, linebacker, quarterback, running back, you name it. Somebody got hurt. And then C-Mac got the Madden curse, too, on top of that. So, yeah, they not making the playoffs. I'm going to say that now. And then Monday Night Football, that man, Jameis Winston. Yes, Jameis is what I like to call him. 2 pick sixes. He even asked the Lord to deliver him from those pick sixes. That is a golden quote right there, man. Like, this man is always giving some gold quotes. I love it. But yeah, 1 pick six and another pick six was the one for them to lose the game. And it was a shootout. It was something I don't think a lot of people expected in that game, especially with Denver having a good defense. But hey, I can't complain about a nice little shootout. Bo Nix, like I said, Denver found a quarterback. He had a nice with 93-yard touchdown pass. Super tight window. I was like, shit. I didn't know Bo had it in him like that, but hey, shout out to Bo Nix and the Broncos. See what the peeps got. Yeah, I got to that. So you got the Chiefs going down this week to Harbaugh and Herbert. They need to split. They really do need to split that series at some point. Do I think the Chiefs going 3-peat and they have Taylor Swift? No. None of that. No. They'll break up before that marriage shit even happens. And that 3-peat shit is bait like a motherfucker. Never win as a top seed. That's the truth. I was thinking that Titans game. Funny how the Cowboys think they have a chance to make the playoffs after destroying the Giants. Hey, Cowboys fans going to be Cowboys fans. The Eagles and Ravens are now overall 3-1 versus each other. That's funny. Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. They're making it so obvious. Boy, they might fleece niggas and have them lose an AFC Championship game. That'd be some shit. That would be some shit. Think about the year that the Bengals beat the Chiefs. Who really saw that shit coming? Because this is after the Chiefs already won the Super Bowl and went to another, obviously lost to Brady and the Bucks. Where is Tucker going through a divorce or something? Ooh, shit. So Josh Allen's getting engaged now, and Justin Tucker going through a divorce. Damn. Hey, you better hope you signed a prenup, Justin. Tucker went from GOAT kicker to worst kicker. They turned off the magnets for his ass. Dude was a good kicker. No, it's more like they had the magnets kind of steer some shit the wrong way. And I mean, he's in his 12th year in the NFL, bro. Like, at some point, you bound to fall off. And Greg Zuerlein, I say, is still worse than Justin Tucker. The Eminem Lions connection with the recent news that came out today, you think they might make the Super Bowl? If they do, they're going to lose. But I doubt they make it to the Super Bowl because too many people got futures for Chiefs and Lions as a matchup. I can't stress that enough. Too many people have futures for Chiefs and Lions. Too many people have futures for the Lions winning the fucking Super Bowl because they winning by like 50 points every game. Remember that shit. They not finna make it that goddamn easy. They threw you a lob with the Taylor Swift shit, but the Lions, no, nigga. That's not finna happen. Like I said, they might go out like that 14-2 Ravens team. They're just destroying everybody in the regular season. Come playoffs, shit the bed. They're magically Jared Goff those 5 picks again. You saw something today where Aaron Rodgers said something about Alex Jones and the Newtown Connecticut stuff. He thinks he's being punished. Nigga, he been getting punished for the whole sheep shot thing. They didn't like that. He been getting punished, bro. Said no way we win the division. We blew down on Sunday. What's up, Grape T News? If I can say that. He said he been point shaving. He been point shaving his ass off this year though. Like this is a whole new level of point shaving. You missing extra points and makeable kicks that you use, routine field goals and shit. Oh yeah, you been point shaving his ass off. Yeah, hit that like button too. I don't know how many people liked it on StreamYard, but if you ain't liked it, hit that goddamn like button. So they lost chance to win the division the day Cleveland beat them. Yeah, that's 2. And then the Steelers, they just have the 1, and that's the Cleveland. But they still got to play, let's see. They got to play the Ravens again. I think they got to play the Bengals again. And the Browns again, if I remember correctly. Yeah. They ain't going to go unscathed with all of those. People, the Ravens and Steelers remaining schedules. Baltimore could win the division, no lie. I looked at it the other day. I forgot who they had to play. Didn't watch the NFL last few weeks. College is better. And that shit is rigged as fuck too, but it's a better product. NBA is unwatchable. Yeah, don't get me started on the NBA. You remember against the Lions, Tucker made 5 field goals, and then he hit the 66-yarder that hit that motherfucking middle of the goalpost. That shit doinked in. He may be done. I think so. Said Nick Wright already dropping bangers for Kansas City on his TV show, so that means they're going back. Nick Wright says a lot of shit. Didn't he say that LeBron was better than Kobe and he's better than fucking Michael Jordan? I wouldn't really go with Nick Wright, but hey, you do you. That's why Nelson's barely used in the offense. Caffrey season and injury, Madden curse. Do I see the Falcons winning that division? I still say yes. But damn it, they trying so hard to give that shit away. They're trying so hard to let Tampa Bay win that shit. But for now, yes. Kirk Cousins have another game like he had against the Chargers. Shit, they might kiss that goodbye. If the Bill fans go through a table, they do that shit all the time. All the time. Losing that pass rush with Clowney was a huge blow. The defense as a whole, man. Like, sure, they might have played a little bit better the past couple weeks, but the Ravens defense, Jesus Christ. How the Bengals went to the Bungles is crazy. Shit, if they don't pay Jamar Chase, it's going to get worse. Because you know they cheap as hell. They don't like to pay nobody for real. They got lucky with Joe Burrow. Or should I say Joe Burrow got lucky, but yeah, if they don't pay the receivers, you're going to see this shit a lot more. I hope the Lord delivers me from the pick sixes. I'm telling you, bro, Jameis Winston needs a TV show, a podcast. He needs something. Actually, you know what? He'd be a perfect high school football coach. Like, for real. Thought the Panthers was going to do it until they fumbled. You know what? As close as they're getting to all these games, whether it be the Chiefs or the who the fuck did they just play? The Bucks. These really close games, man. They really can put up some points now. They gonna break through eventually, get a win or two. I'm thinking, how many times have the Panthers played the Falcons? I'll start with that. How many times have the Panthers and Falcons played this year? Has it been 1 or 2? It'd be funny if it was a December game like it was last year too. It should be Harbaugh's last season. You know he's not finna leave. Do I have the Bills beating the Mahomes in the AFC Championship game? I don't. With the Bills, it's to this point, I'll believe it when I see it. That's where they are. I'll believe it when I see it. They're one of those teams. They're like the trying to think of an NFC team like that. Shit, I guess you could say like the Lions as far as them winning the Super Bowl and all this other shit. I'll believe it when I see it. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And they got a good-ass running back, too. That's the most fucked up part. Got a good running back and everything, but the kicker fucking it up. Luck had injuries, but do I think there was some fishy shit going on that made him actually retire that early? He got tired of getting beat the fuck up. Yeah, he got tired of getting beat the fuck up. Yeah. I don't know of any legal issues he had, because his dad, Oliver Luck, had power now. At one point, his dad ran the XFL. Or was it the AF? Which one? They had the AAF. I think it might have been the AAF or whatever. I think it might have been that. I don't remember. But the point is, nigga ran the league. His dad ran the league, and his dad got power and shit. That married men usually win the Super Bowls. You can see Josh getting it. He has that going for him, but like I said, I believe what I see, because this is Buffalo we're talking about. They didn't look like the Super Bowl contenders for, 2-3 different occasions now. And what's happened? That little light-skinned nigga with the little bushy hair keeps kicking his ass. So until he gets sent home crying like a bitch, I won't believe in Josh Allen. Do I think the NFL is making Caleb Williams dress like a troon? The fuck? As part of a is it transform? Is that what you're saying? As a humiliation ritual? The nigga painted his nails in college. Went to his mom and cried in her arms like a baby when he lost a game in college. He been humiliating himself. He just living his truth at this point. All he gotta say is, I'm GAY, and there you go. You fully living your truth now, Caleb. But yeah, Chiefs will get that patient treatment once in a while. They'll get upset every other AFC Championship game. I'm telling you, that Super Bowl drop coming quicker than you think. I say Mahomes finished with 4, but that Super Bowl drought is coming very soon. And it's not gonna be like a drought so bad they missing the playoffs and all this other shit. They might miss here or there, but no, they're gonna be going to the playoffs and shit. To the average person, don't think the Chiefs are good if anything, their tight wins are intended to be bait to bet against them. Them come playoffs. I know a lot of people are saying the Chiefs suck, which, are they not as good as their record? Which, that's true. They sure as fuck ain't as good as their record, but everybody knows the refs are saving their ass like a motherfucker. Chiefs will 3-peat? No, they won't. Lions reminds you of the Bills 2021 and 2022, where they destroy teams, and I assume you're gonna say they end up losing close or some shit. I don't know what the second half. I have to find it. Anyway, what I think about college football rankings, I like where Tennessee sits. I'm gonna put it like that. I like where Tennessee sits right now. Might host the game, and I'll probably be going live for the championship week on Saturday. So look out for that. What's up, E-Mac? Packers, Chiefs in the end, Lions, the Bills of the NFC. Of the NFC, I got you. He had themselves over that 66-yarder. I forgot what he said in the interview. I don't remember if I got it in a post or not. But yeah, I'm curious. Play Baltimore. We play the Steelers in Baltimore. Yeah, we do. Watch Ohio State remembers how to play football and beat Tennessee in the playoffs. I don't know who's going to play who yet. They say a Super Bowl matchup could be tough, especially if the Lions and Chiefs don't make it. Maybe the Eagles will. I still feel like the goddamn Eagles going to do some bullshit and lose early. I think their ceiling is NFC Championship game, though. Yeah, when you see them, which one was it? It was the one, like I said, the one that did the doink. Yeah, when that shit did this, it was in line and that bitch hit right at that motherfucking, right at the post. I was like, And it was that loud ass doink. Like, hold on. Nah. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to hear this metal. I can just hit right now. But you know that loud ass noise? Like you ever heard someone just hit into a door? Because they thought it was going to open, it was a pull, but it was a push or some shit? Yeah, that noise. But when they go like this the whole way through, motherfucking shanking on purpose. They don't need a man to do that shit. They good enough to miss it on purpose. Go back and look at Ted Lasso when that little Mexican dude and the little smug douchebag on the team was practicing hitting the crossbar on purpose. He's going to 3P. Once they do, you done watching the shit. They not 3P. You ain't got to worry about that. Do I think Bryce Young might be taking that next step to be a superstar quarterback like Cam did in his third season? Bryce starting to turn around. Superstar, I don't know about that, but he's definitely improved a lot from last year. For sure. He's playing with a lot more confidence. He's happy. Like, shit. And like I said, niggas thought I was crazy when I said he wouldn't bust, but look at it now. And they said that C.J. Stroud was, they compared him to C.J. Stroud, who's having a sophomore slump. So that shit is, it is what it is. Happy holidays, Mr. Jinx. What's up with you? Kirk Cousins' revenge game next week. Shit, you better hope so. That's all I can say. Anybody a Kirk Cousins fan, you better fucking hope so. The Wild Lions fans acting like Cowboys fans. They got 2 successful seasons in the last 20 years, and now they thinking they finna be a dynasty. Let me tell you something, man. I can tell you this from experience, especially going to school at UT. When you experience a whole lot of fucking losing and crazy, especially when they're close games and shit, you were so desperate for anything to go positive. And when it goes like past slightly positive and like up here to like you're exceeding expectations like a motherfucker, yes, you gonna get a fucking high off that shit. Yes, nigga, you gotta realize this about sports. Scripted or not, when a team is winning, whether it be college or pro, everybody who lives there who happens to be a fan of that team is in a much better mood. It's just, even just regular daily shit, you go to the store and have a conversation with the person ringing your shit up and all that stuff. You just have a little small talk or whatever. People gonna be in a much better mood than if they say, keep getting beat every week. You can feel that lack of energy when the team is sorry. I done felt it before in Knoxville when Tennessee sucked ass at football. And it's night and day compared to now, especially after Tennessee beat Alabama and shit. That's what you gotta realize, man. Like Kansas City, I'm sure everybody in Kansas City happy as shit right now. They've been happy as shit for the last, 5 years? 4 or 5 years? So, yeah. Don't take that success for granted. The only people who can truly do that shit are Dodger fans. KC 3-piece Jackson Mahomes coming out the closet. You can see Chase or Higgins leaving. Yeah, one of them gonna leave. Even though Cowboys are 5-7, they still have a playoff chance. Yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, them niggas still ain't gonna do shit. Not with Cooper Rush. Should have been playing Trey Lance this whole time. Like, what they doing is stupid as fuck. Like, you're not gonna make the playoffs. You might as well try to get a much better draft selection. And you can do that by getting Trey Lance some experience and seeing what the fuck you have. Compared to trying to compete with Cooper Rush. If the Panthers win out and get help with the Bucks and Falcons lose, it'd be crazy. They got a chance to make the playoffs. That'd be funny as shit. Oh, yeah, he could have. He could have been that movie. Shit. Could have been a Good Burger for real. Yeah, no, James would have been one of the workers in Good Burger for real, though. Panthers do play the Falcons in January for the last game of the season. Funny if the Falcons end up losing. Lamar saved Harbaugh's job in 2018. That's true. Very true. The Chiefs got too many close wins. 3-peat is coming. All right now. Throwing a pick six just to throw a touchdown is a Winston experience. I mean, shit, his 30-30 season sums it up perfectly. Sums that shit up. And someone did a video where they like went back at his 30 picks or whatever, and like broke down which one was actually his fault, which ones was like on the receiver because they didn't catch it, it was a tip, whatever. 19 of those was Jameis Winston's fault out of 30. That's still more than half, which is crazy. College football, see they rigged the Miami-Syracuse game. They had the AFC Championship game, said the date. ACC Championship game said that, yeah, I made a post about that. Luck said, fuck this, I quit. I would too if they didn't ever get an offensive line to save my ass. You got Vikings and Chiefs in the bowl. Daniel Jones comeback story script, what I think. Nigga, please. If he win MVP, it's going to be insane. It's gonna be insane, especially going into the year when he was voted the most overrated player by his own peers in the league. Boy, you want to talk about shit? Them articles are gonna be vicious. He gonna have so many free passes for fucking up in the future. It's not even funny. Just because at that point, if they do win the Super Bowl, the Bills that is, then they'd be like, but he's a Super Bowl champion. He gonna be coasting off that shit like Aaron Rodgers is or was. But the commissioner love fucking with the fans. Even got them shoveling their own seats before games, and they'll choke again in the playoffs. That's the thing. Bills fans are loyal as shit. Even when they're bad, they still show up. They gonna spend their money. They gonna get drunk, jump through a table, and all that shit. Which I still don't really understand the table thing. Like if it was on some pro wrestling shit, it'd be full. It'd be like, fun. It'd be cool as hell. But like just to willingly jump through a table and that's it. I feel like maybe I'm missing something with the meaning of it, but I don't know. I'd have to like have another person to like slam them through the table or something. But I don't know. Then again, you probably catch an assault charge. But yeah, Bills fans are loyal as shit though. Burrow does own Mahomes and Allen. Yeah, he's the only one not in the playoffs. Yeah, play for a cheap ass owner. That's what happens. That's what happens, man. Even if Allen beat Mahomes, he's still not going to win a Super Bowl with the Bills. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. I told you niggas that shit. It's an acronym. And even with the new stadium, they don't need to win. You know how many teams have had new stadiums and they didn't need to win immediately after getting it? They might have came close, but they didn't win. Atlanta. Last year, the Georgia Dome. Went to the Super Bowl, 28-3. We know what happened. Opened up the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Ain't done shit since. The Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field, they first year at the Link. Went to the Super Bowl, lost to Tom Brady. Something about Tom Brady. Tom Brady took him, 10 years? 10 plus years. So you could have success, but I mean, you got to win it all just because you get a new stadium. Not everyone can be like the Rams or something where, first year, Bucks win because Tom Brady. Second year, the Rams win, the solidified team in L.A. And for the Missouri stuff. But, shit, look at the Raiders. New city, new stadium. What they got to show for it. Chiefs also have the most unbeatable ways they win. Yeah, it's called zebra stripes. But Carolina going to upset Philly. I'd love to see that. The Ravens making the Chiefs aren't getting close. It's more likely going to be the Chiefs and the Packers. Because ain't nobody talking about the Packers at all. Like, the Packers are quietly winning. The biggest thing is Jordan Love's a turnover machine right now. He better fix that shit. Maybe they lose by being too aggressive. I can see them doing some dumb shit like the Seahawks did, where you got one of the best running backs in the league. Shit, you probably argue the best running back in the league this year than Derrick Henry, right behind him, or like 1A, 1B type shit. And then they don't give him the ball and say, we're going to give Jalen the tush push, and he come up short. And that's how they lose. It'd be kind of like that Seattle shit of why did you give the ball to Jalen instead of a why did you pass? Or why did you pass it, So I could see that shit. Especially with Nick Sirianni of all people. If Allen go win MVP and lose the division of Lamar, that'd be hilarious. Go look at the Super Bowl logo and tell me what you think. Bro, that shit was debunked last year. About the Super Bowl colors and shit. The Bills get the 1 seed, which they still possibly can. Don't forget that. Josh Allen is MVP and they lose the AFC Championship game to Baltimore after Baltimore knocks off KC in the division. I know, Thomas, you're a Ravens fan just like me. I ain't that confident in the Ravens, bro. The Lions talking so much this year, especially with the lack of success they had, I guess, over the past couple years. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. And when the Saints are good, there's less shootings. Damn. I mean, the only way you can see the Chiefs and Lions make the Super Bowl and the Chiefs winning is by Mahomes and Goff's head-to-head record. So the Ravens defense starts rounding out. Special teams and offense is a bit off. Rashad Bateman, he not happy with the offense apparently, and we know Deontay Johnson, he don't even want to be part of the team. I don't even know why the fuck they got this nigga. Like he's been a cancer everywhere he's been. That's why Pittsburgh got rid of his ass. He didn't do shit in Carolina. He had that 1 year in Pittsburgh with 1,000 yards, but like, the fuck we get this nigga for? Seriously. Chiefs can beat the Packers, who were the only other team in NFL history to three-peat. They did it before the modern era in the 60s, what they call Super Bowls and NFL championships. Because if they NFL championship, that shit don't count. It's like the 2021 season, everyone thinking about the one season, both would be winning. I'd love to see the Chiefs lose early. Oh, trust me. If there's any team left or that do make the playoffs, I think any fucking team I'd love to see lose early, it's the Chiefs. Cowboys ain't gonna make it, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But the Chiefs for sure. Packers beat the Dallas Texans that third season. Who the Chiefs originated from? Yeah, they had a little Texas logo with a little yellow star and like a little Indian on that motherfucker. Or Native American, should I say. Packers win the Super Bowl in Santa Clara. They're not going to lose. And if the Chiefs ever play the Packers in the Super Bowl, they'll never win. What's up, Soul10? He said throwing for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, but also losing the game with a pick six. With Tua, it was 100% a Jameis thing to do. That's what I'm saying. The Browns are fucked. Say you do find a way to move on from Watson, and you say you wanted to go with him. Jameis, that is. Yeah, well, that's what you're going to get. Exactly, you're going to get. You might get, I don't know, 7-10 maybe. But yeah, the Browns are fucked. Do I think they should have a separate stat line for on interceptions and wide receiver calls? Nah. That'd be way too confusing. I'm sure there's a next gen stat they already got out there for that that's like some advanced shit you gotta fucking Google or ask Alexa to tell you. I'm sure they got those stats out there. Like think about yards after contact. Like how they calculate that shit. They definitely got some shit like that about like wide receiver tips and shit. I'm sure they do. Especially with all the technology in the ball to keep up with this stuff. Oh yeah, and all the cameras and stuff to keep up with it. Yeah, they definitely got a stat for that somewhere. It's just not a common stat you're gonna see. Packers own the Chiefs and always have. Packers are the NFL's team. Only team without an owner. That's facts. A group of people. Packers beat Dallas. Yeah, we just said that. He going 1-1 in the playoffs to improve to 6-6. We got a Clemson fan. He said will beat SMU. And they're going to get embarrassed in the playoffs because they don't do the transfer portal. It would be wild if Wentz wasn't to play in for Mahomes in the Super Bowl. That would be some crazy shit. And that would be some crazy shit. And it's ironic because Andy Reid, played for the Eagles. Or coached the Eagles. They wouldn't do that to Mahomes. That's wild, but they would not do that to Mahomes. Mills Mafia exhibits positive crash out behavior if that's possible. That is true. That is true. That is very true. Positive crash out behavior. I'm here for it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Raiders hosted the Super Bowl. Say Barkley's birthday's on the Super Bowl day. Barkley destined for the Super Bowl. We'll see. He's now 23-2 while Harry lost to Daniel Jones, which is crazy. He's lost to the Eagles and Giants. That's it. 2 NFC East teams. Steelers and Eagles Super Bowl tribute to Joe Biden. When AR-15 gets his passing game on line, he definitely finna be a problem in the future. Dude is running over the Patriot linebacker. That's the thing, bro. Like, Anthony Richardson is the definition of a project quarterback. Like, 13 starts in college. Inaccurate as all hell. Like, he'll make a throw here or there that's, like, really fucking impressive. Like, damn. And then another, like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, really? But, yeah, if they actually take the time to develop him, yeah, he gonna be something. Hopefully, like, the situation he went through with the head tap and him saying that stupid shit in the press conference is, I guess, a turning point for him. Because I never want to see any of these quarterbacks, fail or nothing like that. That's why, like, I'm always like, I'm never gonna blame the quarterback first, unless his name is Daniel Jones. Fuck him. Like, I'm never gonna blame the quarterback first, even though it's the Giants. The Giants' organization suck. But it's what situation you land in. Who the fuck is around there? Who is the OC? Who is the head coach? That all that shit plays a role. If you got an OC that's run heavy, and your quarterback can't run the read option to save his life, what you expect gonna happen? So, yeah, it's all about really where they land and how to develop. Jordan Love not losing his first Super Bowl start. You didn't know the Golden Boy would lose to Tom Brady, excuse me. Lose to Nick Foles. Either Mahomes isn't getting close to the Super Bowl though. Just watch. Case have 87% of the money on them. Good Lord. And niggas still saying they three-peat. That's even crazier. Ravens every 12 years, Jacoby Jones, who should have been Super Bowl MVP that year, really should have, but Joe Flacco needed that contract. Dead at the age of 40 with the New Orleans, which, hometown. It was though. Because the thing is, the fact it's a mainstream thought now. Because the way niggas had it's going to be the Ravens and Niners and shit. So that color shit, where you think both colors is going to be, one team. Yeah, like I said, that shit been debunked. Because no team had purple in that bitch. Just two red teams. Every 12 years, they purposely looking weak now. Super Bowl, what? 35, 47, 59. I mean, they already played Washington, so what are you going? 4 years from now? That'd be nice if we had to wait 4 years for another NFC loss by Lamar. But yeah, they already beat Washington. Deontay Johnson a cancer, no good. Just give Tylan Wallace more snaps. Shit, what happened to Keaton Mitchell, man? That's what I'm wondering for the Ravens. Where the fuck is Keaton Mitchell? Because I remember that motherfucker fast as hell. Where's Keaton Mitchell? Is he still coming back from his injury? Like, what's going on? What is going on with Keaton Mitchell? Why is he not being used by the Ravens? That's a question I want to know. So Lamar gets the 25th win versus NFC in 2025. 23-2, 2-2-3 or 3-3-2, skull and bones. See, honestly, the Browns should get rid of Watson and keep Winston and draft a quarterback. You gonna be in the same position you went. Well, slightly better, but they ain't saying shit. Because, they got DTR. They drafted a quarterback already. They did that part. But they still got Watson. And Winston ain't really much of an upgrade. Like, good leader, good locker room guy. But, goddamn. Like you see what you gonna get with Winston. Touchdowns and picks. Every game gonna probably be a shootout. There's really not much you can do with the Browns, man. Like, at this point. Is Shedeur really the best QB in this upcoming draft? That's how weak the class is, bro. Like him or maybe Cam Moore, but they got their flaws. I'm still expecting at least one that nobody thinks of to really shine in the NFL. At least, I think one. Maybe one. And I don't mean like he gonna come out the gate and do some Jaden Daniels or CJ Stroud type shit, but like show some competence like a Drake May. I think at least one of them gonna do that shit. I feel it's probably gonna be someone we don't even think about. It might be a nigga like Dillon Gabriel. Like no one is expecting Dillon Gabriel to be like this NFL star quarter. You know what I'm saying? It could be someone we least expect. Even though like Dillon Gabriel's like 25 now. See the Lions drop the next two games to make NFC North close. Definitely that game against the Packers on Thursday night. Hold on. The second half of that part. Ohio State's winning the national championship against Bama. Alabama. They're not even destined to make the playoffs right now. They need help if they do. Peter Schrager. Who the fuck is that? I don't know who the fuck Peter Schrager is. Maybe the Bears know how to use timeouts next year. That's funny. But the Falcons would just like the Jets made changes at quarterback just to get basically the same or worse results. I mean, he's definitely Kurt is definitely an upgrade from Desmond Ridder, no question. It's other things got worse. Like their defense was better last year, but their defense is worse this year. It's like little shit like that with Atlanta. Obviously, different play call. Arthur Smith didn't know what the fuck he was doing calling plays too. But I wouldn't put him in the Jets category. Like the Jets are their own. The Jets are in the same categories like the Browns. I can't even say the Jags because I can't say the Lions anymore. Where they just cannot seem to get out of their own way whatsoever. Like they are allergic to doing the right thing. The Falcons do a lot of questionable shit, but they ain't that damn bad. He done scam. Yeah, he getting paid. He gonna get paid by the Broncos next year too. It's crazy how that worked. Both teams ended up winning on that shit. Broncos got Bo Nix as their quarterback. They found their quarterback finally. And then Russell Wilson got that big bag and he in a winning situation with Pittsburgh. And he's not in danger of losing that starting position anytime soon. So, yeah, they both came out winning. You know, some black QBs should be in Super Bowl 59 due to Gematria. He like Hurts and Love's chances out the NFC to make it. Keaton's on specials. Man, they better get that nigga the ball in other ways, man. Like, bruh. Like, goddamn, bro. Keaton, like, you wasting a lot of speed, man. Shit. That's like if the Chiefs didn't use Xavier Worthy. He's in Harbaugh's doghouse. I now want to know what the fuck he did. Because I done heard about Harbaugh's doghouse. I really want to know what he did. Winston was point shaving and spread. He's good as shit at that. Well, quarterback in the upcoming draft goes to the Raiders and Niners. Their career is fucked. Yeah. Especially the Browns. I feel like the Giants is an alright place to get drafted. Well, the Giants got so many issues. Like, sure, I shit on Daniel Jones, rightfully so, but he wasn't the only issue. Like, there's truth to that. He was not the only issue. I never really thought Dable was all that, to be honest. And I thought him winning that Coach of the Year shit was a fluke. But nah, yeah, the Browns, you're fucked. The Raiders, you're fucked. Maybe shit changes due to Brady getting more involved, but yeah, you're fucked. Giants, you're still fucked right now. Because the thing about the Giants is they picked the worst quarterback class to need a quarterback. Like, I know it's been mentioned before, the Arch Manning thing. That's when they really should be getting one. Which, I mean, basically, I'm just saying, nigga, tank next year and get him. That's basically what I'm getting at. Dolphins would be basically playoff bound if they played all their games September and always in Florida. Yeah, that cold weather beat their ass, man. Oh, he's always a Good Morning Football. Is that the little really happy white dude with the gray hair? Is that who that is? I think he got like that silver fox looking hair. Oh, you predict the winner of the last 5 seasons, no joke? Also, how the Raiders and Dolphins unironically helped the Broncos and Chargers last season. Saying that because after they the Packers, I guess. What? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. I might have missed something there. So Mahomes gave away the script after the past Super Bowl when he said 2 ain't enough, you want 3. That don't mean it's gonna be a 3-peat, dog. That could mean he could win. Or you talking about last year, my fault. But yeah, here's my thing. Like I said with Mahomes, he gonna finish with 4. He already sitting at 3. He gonna finish with 4, but it's not gonna be some 3-peat shit. I think it's gonna be. This might be the drought now, as far as winning the Super Bowl, and then he gonna get one later in his career. Like we already know his legacy's cemented, but it's kind of like that the bow on the present type shit. Like Tom Brady had the one with Tampa. That was the bow on the ribbon, or the bow on the gift, because he already had 6, and now it's 7. Peyton Manning already had all these MVPs, Super Bowl. Give him a last one as a send off. Ray Lewis already gonna be a Hall of Fame linebacker, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Give him one more as a send off. That might be his 4th ring as a send off gift. Jags may be getting the quarterback. They need one. They need to. Is it best for the NFL to get rid of the QB slide? No. It will always be repercussions. Well, when you slide late like Trevor Lawrence did, yeah, you're going to get fucking hit. But no, they shouldn't get rid of that shit. No. That's like the hip drop tackle shit. That's NFL players said that's not even really a big deal, like how these talking heads on ESPN be talking about, like Mel Kiper's bitch ass. Mel Kiper even said they should get rid of the 2 high shell defense. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Giants should just rebuild everywhere else, then get a quarterback next season. Exactly. They have so many issues. What's up, Malone? What's good with you? So they get drafted by the Giants and get clapped by 25 plus by Dallas every year 2 times. Nah, send me to Jacksonville or something. Damn. Should Cousins be benched for Penix? I wouldn't pull the trigger just yet. I'd ride it out. If it gets, like I said earlier in the show, if it gets to the point where he got like 2 pick sixes in the first half or something, all right, we might need to pull that trigger because we're in danger of going from 6-6 to 6-7, and Tampa's right there. So yeah, I'll just ride it out for now. Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. Okay. What QB draft class do I think is the best this decade? Trying to think who all was in Lamar's class. You had Baker, Lamar, Sam Darnold. Shit. I don't remember Josh Allen. Josh Allen might have been before him. I think he was before him. I want to say he was. But at this decade, I would say that one. He gonna get more than Brady? No, he's not. They just made Brady the quote-unquote GOAT. They not finna undo that shit so soon. And if you feel so confident, bet on it, nigga. Go to FanDuel or BetMGM, wherever the fuck you go to bet. Put that bet in for the Chiefs if you feel so confident. Then get back to me with that. The Jacksonville ain't that much better. They sure as shit not. Shad Khan is terrible. Rather get drafted by the Cowboys, at least to get media attention, get overpaid by Jerry Jones. Hey, the only thing about Jerry Jones, he gonna want to measure your dick. That's the biggest thing. He gonna bring you in that goddamn office, allegedly. Mahomes got 3 before he turned 30, just like Brady. Brady won his 4th 10 years later. About how the Saints are always in cap space trouble. Kirk O'Chain's been that bad lately. You know, there was a 3-game skid, but you've been missing the game. Yeah. Especially that last game, it was terrible. Oh, that shit was terrible. Aaron Rodgers actually needs to thank him for taking some of the heat off of older quarterbacks who had Achilles injuries and shit and all of the bad play. Aaron Rodgers needs to thank him a lot. Like, thank you, Kirk, for playing so bad that people forgot that I'm with the Jets. Thank you, James Winston, for throwing those pick sixes on Monday night when you're the only game and everybody's focused on you. That's what Aaron Rodgers needs to do. Did Josh and Lamar in the same class? I thought so. I thought so. But I want to say they had like their first matchup, the Ravens and Bills, that is, when Josh was a rookie. And I think Joe Flacco was starting. Ravens won. But then, mid-season, Joe Flacco gets hurt. Lamar takes over against, I want to say Atlanta. or the team before that. And then, that's when he saved Harbaugh's job. Big Packers and Bills, the sneaky Vikings. Yeah, something about the Vikings, bro. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but Something about the Vikings, man. Something about them. Or you say Ravens and Bills. What? Are Ravens and Bills beat? Huh? I don't know. Feels like they're pushing more for Bo Nix than Herbert's whole career. It's because he the new toy, if you will. He new. The new shiny toy. That's why. Like, if he have a sophomore or something, they're going to cool off from him for a little bit. All right. Have fun with that, Antonio. Exactly, Justin. That's funny as shit. I read that in Jerry Jones' voice, too. That's even crazier. Kirk Cousins 4 INT game reminds you of Jalen Hurts' three INT game versus the Jets. That's ironic. I don't think anyone can outdo Nathan Peterman, though. Against the Chargers. Oh, man. I was back when the Chargers playing the soccer stadium and stuff where I think the Galaxy play. Woo. Oh, man. That was, we threw like five picks in the first half. It was terrible. It was atrocious, man. And I was always wondering, how did Nathan Peterman get to the league? Because he wasn't shit at Tennessee. And at Pitt, he wasn't like all that for real. Like, he was definitely better, but I never saw he was never that special. That's what I'm getting at. But hey, he got in the league. He did what he had to do. And I think he's still in the league somehow. On the team as like a third string practice squad. How many more rings do I think Mahomes will win before we retire? I'll say one more. Get to 4. See him winning 2 more and having 5 overall. Chiefs end up having 6 Super Bowls like the Pats and Steelers. I don't know if they'll get to 6. I think another team might get that 6th one before them. To the NFL up in the air just like the NBA. NBA trash. Yep, Ben said that. And he hanging street niggas too. I mentioned before what it is with Lamar. Like, it's not just the dark skin shit. It's some off the field shit. I'm not saying he's doing that stuff, but he is around it. That's a big reason why too. That they don't. It has never even made it to like mainstream media at all. That shit I'm talking about. So many teams that are QB needy and the worst QB draft, exactly. They better make some moves in free agency if they can. Then what they doing with the Niners, having them fall back. Pierce Hall gets shot, injury bug, Ward loses kid, he ain't been back since. Trent's wife with a stillborn, damn. And then Trent got hurt himself. We know CMC, they quarterback. Yeah, man, I told you. Eventually that shit, they was going to happen to the Niners. And they got to take a step back so a team like Seattle or Arizona can be that top team in the NFC West. And look how bad the records are for that shit to even happen. If it take the quarterback so much in the NFL, then make you look like the bad guy when you tackle the quarterback. Right? Like, why not he one of the best in the league, I guess is what you're saying? Or I don't know what the fuck that second half is saying, dog. You lost me when you started putting in consonants and got rid of the vowels. But yeah, they really are holding Lamar. 49ers repeat what they basically went through with Jimmy G just like 2020. Looks like their receiving core is aged. Ayuk's been out too. Let's not forget about that shit. Or he's out for the season. Purdy's overrated. We knew that. Cam was right. And injuries cooked them. And I mean, shit, you starting Brandon Allen, bro. You deserve to lose. Did I see? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. One of them damn AI voiceovers did the Doug Peterson, and they said that hit was the best thing that happened to the Jags. I was like, that's fucked up, but that's actually kind of true. But yeah, being a Jacksonville fan, that's gotta be rough. All right, it's gonna be the last one. You don't get how Cowboys fans are acting like they would be better if Dak was playing. that's the life of a Cowboys fan, man. You know, they gotta find a way to cope because they have been living in the 90s for so long. They have been teased so many times with good regular season performances to shit the bed in the playoffs. They need something. They clinging on to hope of any kind. So yeah, that's the Cowboys in a nutshell for you, man. Delusion and hope. But yeah, that has been this episode of Rigged NFL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you haven't done so before. Click the Discord link. It will be in the description or in the comments or in the community tab. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet. But yeah, do that. Y'all be safe. I got a video dropping Wednesday. Y'all gonna love this shit. And we're gonna be back Thursday for NFL pregame pick'em. So y'all be easy.